Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I've got my channel's called then, and I don't know my name. My name's Jack, this is JTH Books, and August is Women in Translation Month, and I'm leaning on the stack of books I've got to show you, so let's crack on, shall we? So first up, I'm going to take you through some that I have actually read. And one that I'm actually currently reading, because I said I wanted to read some for August, and I'm trying. Well, halfway through one. And it's only 136 pages, and I'm struggling. But not because it's bad, but is it bad? Anyway, tangent, different story. Let's have a look at the ones I've read and really, really enjoyed. So first up, we have one of my absolute favourite books from 2021. So first up, I have absolutely one of my favourite books from 2021, and that was The Antarctica of Love by Sarah Stridesberg, translated by Deborah Brangan Turner. This book is absolutely brilliant. It is told of a woman, a sex worker, who is murdered, and she recounts the story of her murder and what happens after to everyone she knows. It is absolutely brilliant. It absolutely made me cry. Most books do, but you know, we can ignore that for a minute. I thought brilliant. I wanted this to be on the International Book of Long list. It didn't show up, but you can't account for taste all the time. Joking, there's so many here from the 2022 Book of Long list, so that was just me being salty. But yeah, absolutely love this book. If you haven't read it, definitely, please check it out. And some more that I've read this year and last year. Everyone's Earthlings by Saki Maratara. This is a book for some, not for everyone. I really enjoyed it. Does it go well, you don't imagine it to at the end? Absolutely. But it certainly wasn't bad, and just go along for the ride. Closing in the dark. What more do you want for a book? Closing in the dark. This year I've also read Earthlings, Life Ceremony by Saki Maratara. Just brilliant. I thought this is a brilliant short story collection. If you think Earthlings just sounds just too much for you, start with this one. It's got a little bit of Earthlings vibes, but most of the stories are pretty, neutral. So next up we have, of course, Miko Kawakami. This is All the Lovers in the Night. By far my favourite of hers. I read this year. Absolutely brilliant. It's about a woman who is obsessed with light, and she finds someone else who's obsessed with light. But it's really about the intimate details of who you are in relationships, and coming out of yourself, and finding where you belong, and finding what works for you and what doesn't. It's got just really in-depth characters, and I really enjoyed that. Heaven by Miko Kawakami. Read this last year, shortlisted for the International Book, of course. Like I said, I prefer the other one, All the Lovers in the Night. This is good. It's a little heavy, a little bit on the nose, but trigger warnings were brilliant for this one, because it certainly goes into some detail. And Breasts and Eggs, I haven't read it yet. I know this is a lot of people's favourites, though I have heard a bit of transphobia in this book or surrounding it, so just a little warning there, but I still will read it because some people have said it, some people haven't, but I'm very, very excited for this one. And I think I'm a huge fan of Miko Kawakami. There you go, said it. The book I'm currently reading right now, and my bookmark isn't in here, so that's not going to be helpful, is The Employees, a workplace novel of the 22nd century by Olga Ravn. Translated by, I've got to say who all those were translated by. Translated from the Danish by Martin Aitken. Short little novel, I think it's literally 136 pages. I think if I had just sat down and read it, I would probably be enjoying it more. But it's not bad. Also, do you know what? I didn't read the blurb or the synopsis. And I don't think that helped me in this case, because I was just like, what is going on? And it's told in like little statements from the workers, so there's no sort of clear-cut story. You get little glimpses, and I didn't know what was going on. I was a bit confused. But yeah, I think I will like it when I just settle down and read it. I'm just quickly going to say who these were translated by, because I'm not here to be out of order. Translated from Japanese for Earthlings by Ginny Tapley Takimori. And I feel like these, the Miko Kakami ones are all the same. Yeah. What's the other one? Sam Bennett and David Boyd. All of these. Have I talked about any others? Let's hope not. And now, I'm going to show you the 3 queer ones that I know. I'll start with the one I have read, which is Concerning My Daughter by Kim Hae-jin. And this is queer. This is about, translated by Jamie Chang. Come on, remember that, Jack. This is about what it means to grow old in Korea. That's a very modern society. What it means to be queer in Korea, and how the 2 different generations interact and overlap and agree and don't agree. It's a really good one. It is really good. And so short, but so impactful, these novels. So yeah, that's actually it for the ones I've read, which is a bit of a poor show, really. So now I will show you some that I'm just excited about. And it's always great to be excited about books. Always. Violets by Kung Hee-shin. This is translated by Anton Her. I should imagine we might see a few more Anton Hers if I brought it down. This is another queer one. This is about a girl in a field, and she has sort of an intimate moment with her friend, and it carries on from her life from there. I haven't read it yet. I really need to. I've heard brilliant things about this one. I don't know what I'm waiting for. It's just me being a fool. But you guys already know that by now. And then we have Kitchen by Banana Yoshitimo, translated by Megan Backus. This, again, is another queer one. I don't know much about this one. I know my friend on Instagram loves it. Kitchens is 2 tales about mothers, transsexuality, bereavement, kitchens, love and tragedy. That's what I'm going to read, because I don't want any more. But doesn't that sound brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to try and squeeze this one in this month. I've got so much to read. Oh, okay. We'll figure that out. I've looked up all these names, how to say them. If I'm saying them wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best, but it is rude. I should know, but I have looked them up. So I'm trying. And probably now this one, another queer one, Most Gorgeous Cover. The Opposite of a Person by Ike Marsman, translated by Sophie Collins. This is translated... Well, this is translated from Dutch. Well, there's 2 Danish ones. Well, the other one was a Danish one. But look, the cover. You should buy it alone for the cover. When Ida, a Dutch climatologist, accepts an internship at a climate research institute in the Italian Alps, it means leaving her girlfriend Robin behind in Amsterdam. As she and her new colleague prepare to demolish a decommissioned hydropower dam, Ida finds herself grappling with love, loneliness, and her place in a society unwilling to confront global warming. Well, doesn't that sound timely? That's what I'm going to say. But yeah. So I'll quickly hold these 4 up, because I do talk about queer books a lot here, don't I? So these are the 4 queer ones from this pile of books. 3 East Asian, 1 Dutch. Oh, I'd like more. I'm on the lookout for more. So now we're carrying with the ones I'm excited about. Hut and Kang, The White Book and The Vegetarian. These are sort of books around booktube staples, really, aren't they? So I won't talk too much about these. Both translated by Deborah Smith, but I do need to read them. What about some more? I'll keep the East Asian ones for a minute. A Strange Weather by Hiromi Kawaki, translated by Alison, Mark and Plow. On the front, we like that. I like to see that. One night when she's drinking alone in a local bar, Tsuko finds herself sitting next to her former high school teacher. Over the coming months, they share food and drink sake, and as the seasons pass from spring cherry blossom to autumnal mushrooms, Tsuko and her teacher develop an hesitant intimacy that tilts awkwardly and points towards love. That sounds brilliant. There is another one with this author that I need to pick up, but I am going to a bookshop soon, so maybe I'll do that. Don't encourage me. Stop encouraging me to buy books. You see how big this pile I haven't read. Doesn't that sound brilliant? And I definitely want the other one. And then we have The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa, translated by Stephen Snyder. To the people on the island, a disappeared thing no longer means it has any meaning. It can be burned in the garden, thrown in the river, or handed over to the memory police. Soon enough, the island forget it's ever existed. I don't know much about this one, but a lot of my friends on Bookstagram love this one. If you want to follow me on Bookstagram, down below. Just saying, JTH Books. Everywhere. JTH Books. But very, very excited for this one. Trains, Beasts of China by Yang Ji, translated by Jeremy Tang. I saw Jen over at, I can't remember the name, I'll tag them down below. Very prominent booktuber. I can't remember the name. But they really like this one, very fantastical. And I didn't know it was fantastical, so that was a nice little bonus to find out. But very, very excited for this one. This is just a video of me saying I'm excited for everything, isn't it? I'm so sorry. And then we have There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job by Kuko Tsurama, translated by Polly Barton. A woman walks into an employment agency and requests a job that requires no reading, no writing, and ideally, very little thinking. She's a hero. Hero. So you need to say, absolute hero. So that is it for the East Asian section. Now we'll go some if I was smart, I would have put then we have one that I just found in my Waterstones. Like Waterstones at one point. I just thought it sounded really, really interesting. And it is The Yogini by Sangeeta Bandyopadhyay. I just looked it up. I really am trying, I promise. Translated by Aronava Sinha. With her day split between a passionate marriage and a high-octane television studio job, Homi is a thoroughly modern young woman until the day she is approached by a yogi in the street. Very, very excited for this one. And then, of course, this one needs no introduction, does it? Let's be honest. Tomb of Sand by Gitanjali Shree, translated by Daisy Rockwell, winner of the Booker Prize this year. I'd like to say I'm going to read it soon, but look at the size. Look at the size. Take me years. But I've had people really love it. Oh, actually, it's only, I say so, 600 pages. Oh, no, it's nearly 740. So wrong, wasn't it? So wrong. Then one I brought a long time ago and forward, it was in the staff picks. I still haven't read it, obviously. But that is Our Lady of the Nile by Scholastic Mukasonga. This is translated by Melanie Mathner. Parents send their daughters to Our Lady of the Nile to be moulded into respectable citizens and protect them from the dangers of the outside world. The young ladies are expected to learn, eat and live together, presided over by white colonial nuns. 15 years prior to the 1994 Rwanda genocide, and a quota permits only 2 Tutsi students for every 20 pupils. I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to spoil them for myself. I want you to look them up. But very excited for this one. It's been on I bought this a really long time ago. The staff picks and foils. Aren't they one of the best things? I go head straight for them every time I go in there. And then we have Claudia Knows by... I mixed up the words. We have Elena Knows by Claudia Pinheiro, translated by Francis Riddle. This too was on the shortlist, wasn't it? So, as you can see, I was quite swayed by the shortlist this year. I picked up a few of them. I've heard brilliant things about this one. Really, really excited for it. Then I also have here What You Can See From Here by Manuel Leckie. Now, I just picked this up randomly. It was on a little table in my local Waterstones, and it called to me. I think it was the cover. I really love that cover. This is translated by Tess Lewis. I believe it's German, translated from the German. Set in Germany, so we'll go for that. Yeah, I've heard brilliant things about this one as well. I keep saying that, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't have bought them if I hadn't heard brilliant things. So, very, very excited for this one. And then because, like I said, this is one of my absolute favourites of the year, last year, I immediately picked up Sarah's other book called The Faculty of Dreams, translated by The Faculty of Dreams, Amendment to the Theory of Sexuality, or Valerie. I don't know about any of that. Translated again by Deborah Bragan Turner. This is about April 1988. Valerie Solanas, radical feminist and would-be assassin of Andy Warhol, was discovered dead in a hotel room in the Tenderloin district of San Francisco. She was only 52, alone, penniless, surrounded by the typed pages of her last writings. Very, very excited for this one. Like I said, I love that book, so I'm assuming I'm going to love this one. Trust in Sarah Smith. Strasbourg. Again, we have another pretty prolific. Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead and The Book of Jacobs by Olga Tokarczuk. Translated by, do we think they're the same person? Antonia Lloyd-Jones. Translated by Jennifer Croft. They weren't, because I checked. So, this won the Nobel Prize for Literature. Winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. Good on you, Olga. Good on you. Double whammy there. I didn't know this one. I thought one of them won, but they both won. Good on you. Very excited for those two, although such a chunk star. There's three in here. You've seen one. This is now the last one I've got to show you is also a chunk star. And the last one I've got to show you is this gorgeous cover, Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez, translated by Megan McDowell from the Spanish. Of course, now Mariana won the International Booker for her book. I think it was the Dangers of Smoking Bed it won for. I haven't read any of them, but I'm very excited for this one. It's out in October. It's lucky enough to be sent this. So I'm able to crack on and read this soon because it will probably take me till the end of October. It's out the 13th of October. But very, very, very excited for this one. So yeah, that's it. There's plenty of choices there for you to read for Women in Translation Month. If you've read any, let me know. If you love them, let me know. If you have any that you think I'd love, let me know. If there's any queer Women in Translations, let me know. I want more of them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some books you're going to enjoy. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I will speak to you all really, really soon.